guys. This is the Leo Soulmate reading. By soulmate, I mean like anything of a significant relationship in your life. I mean, it can be karmic, twin flame, typical soulmate. I mean, it can even be children, whatever. Just apply it, something significant. That's the way I'm looking at this. Leos for sun, moon, rising, Venus, anything significant in your chart or whatever, if it resonates with you. Also check out the other videos for your sun, moon, rising, Venus, anything significant in your chart, or anything that resonates with you. This energy, you know, it could be flip-flopped. Apply it to your life as necessary. Some, none, or all of it may apply. I could read it one way, it's another way. Like, just apply it as necessary. Don't make it fit if it doesn't fit. This is general. Also, for any of you who are around or have in close proximity to Jacksonville, Florida, there will be a psychic fair I'll be at on October 6th, which is a Saturday. The last month's one filled up pretty quickly, so if you're interested in booking events early, if you want to get a private reading or you just want to see me or whatever, either put in the comments or email me and I will send you the information on that. I would recommend doing it a little bit ahead of time just because, like I said, they did fill up fast last month. And my email and PayPal information and everything is in the description box below. So also if you're interested in personal readings or any other services, that like if you need help with something or you think I offer a lot of different types of services, email me and I'll let you know, my info and what I do and all that. Like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the bell. Going from here forward, I'll be going who has the most likes. If someone blows it out of the water with comments, then I'll go off that. But for the most part, I'm going off who has the most likes. So like the video, so that, you know, maybe you'll come first or whatever, you know, the order, all that. But definitely subscribe and like. Also, I did a soul journey video, which turned out not to be so much soul journey. Like the soulmate part kept trying to pop through or whatever. So if you want to check that out, check that out. For Leos, there's so much mixed energy here. It's confusing. Like for some reason, this energy is just not clear for me to read. There's a high level of confusion. And I'm thinking that it might be on the Leo side, that they're just really confused or not seeing things properly or something. They get like this back and forth, and it might be between you and this person. It could just be within yourself. Chances are it is within yourself and it's mirrored between you and this person. But it's like Leo took a stance, and is trying to change something. Which may work, but there's still something you're not seeing in while doing whatever you're doing. And I think a lot of it has to do with something within yourself. Such as maybe while you're waiting, you're not doing work on yourself. Or there's something about you you're not seeing. Because you're trying to change something. Like you in the core position is the Wheel of Fortune. Which is the bottom of the card energy on their side. So definitely mirroring on things changing. Could be karmic lesson, but you're trying to change something because you feel overall there's not an even give and take. Things are not balanced. Like in the Leo soul journey reading, like one of the big things crossing was balance. And so you made a decision. Like you made a decision to create some type of tower. You made a decision to do something to balance the scales. Because you have like, you know, and then here's the Four of Wands. So, I mean, you have so many things. Like, you did something to create balance and stability for yourself in your recent past. But crowning the situation is you have the Devil and you have Queen of Cups, which is, the Queen of Cups is what you came up as in the soul journey reading. So obviously something you're probably not seeing in this relationship, but something you're not seeing in yourself. Like, I can't see this just being this relationship. This has to be something you're not seeing in yourself too. And clarifying that is, you know, you have this kind of like cross card, which a lot of times I see as karmic. And this is reversed. And then you have like the scythe. I don't know, cutting something away. Quick ending. This is Chiron, the symbol. So like a wound, I think what you're missing with this Devil card energy is a wound. Something inside of you. Like, I don't know if this relationship is supposed to come, stay, or whatever, but at the very least, it's here to teach you a lesson. And show you something, maybe even bring up healing. In your likely future, you have the Six of Cups. So, I mean, this could be them coming back, but I think it's more like you deceiving yourself. I think you're just stuck in a very nostalgic place. Like, even this, in your mind with this Devil and Queen of Cups, like, look how focused she is. And in the soul journey reading, it was like the fish came back in the cup. I don't know. It was weird because on some parts I saw it as her finding her value, but on others it was like somehow she got the fish and put it back in the cup. It's like you started to take a stand or do what you needed to do, and then like, I don't know, fell back, or you're just not seeing something. You're not getting some type of lesson that you're supposed to get. And yes, it has to do with this person or situation too, but it mostly has to do with you. This person is significant in your life to show you something. I'm not sure whether they're for you or not. You have deep knowing and you have not for you. So this could be you think you have a deep knowing about this relationship and the other person thinks not, you know, that you're not supposed to be together, or it's like, you know, you're not supposed to be together, or I look at it kind of like you think you're supposed to be together, but you're not, or if you are, it's not right now. Like, this door this door is closed to you right now. This, like, you can't bust through this wall and make this happen. This right now is closed off to you. And I think that's what you're not seeing. I think you're not seeing that there's other things you're supposed to be doing right now. That either for good or for right now, this person or situation cannot be in your life because there's other things you're supposed to be doing on, like, your path or whatever. But yet, you're still focused on them. And, like, you're deceiving yourself. You're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. And if you weren't the one who brought in this Tower of Justice Four of Wands vibe, someone or something else did. On the soulmate side, you have, in the middle of the reading, you have Ace of Cups. In the more distant past or foundation, you have the Seven of Cups. In the more recent past, you have the Ace of Swords. In your soulmate's crown, and I'm going to get to this, but for some reason I just got to do this way. In the crowning position, you have the Two of Wands. In their likely future, you have the Five of Swords. Again, on the bottom of the deck for them, you also have the Wheel of Fortune. Another vibe I also get from this, and I am going to go more into theirs, is that you're kind of in this come to me vibe. Like, I've had enough giving. I want you to come to me, but you're also overly focused on them, which that's another thing you're missing. Like, if you're going off just energy, that, like, defeats all energy. It's like, if you want someone to come to you, you have to be in the receptive mode. You can't be in the giving and the highly focused and all that mode. So in that way you're kind of backwards and not seeing things too. But I get the vibe that this person may also be in the receptive mode. So you're going to have to get real with yourself about what's going on here and either address your ego to where you're like, this is what I want and I'm okay with being the one to give, or you pull back enough to where they, and do your own thing to where the energy switches, where there actually are like, hey, what's up? Hopefully you're speaking your truth about it, but I think mostly you're not supposed to be focusing on this person, to be honest with you right now. I don't know whether they're going to come back or be in your life or whatever, but I don't think you're supposed to be focusing on them right now. I think you're supposed to be getting the lesson to let it go and trust what is happening and go on your journey, which on the soul journey part of the Leo video, it was about you starting your journey, your self-realization journey, your new part of your journey. It was about you doing that. Yet, in your outcome position, it was you putting the fish back in your cup. And then here in your mind, it's the devil with the Queen of Cups, the same card. Are you actually walking your journey? Are you actually focusing on yourself? Are you actually growing yourself? Or are you sitting and waiting for this person, yet highly, highly, highly focused on them to where you're like, you're messing up the energy? You're not in a receptive energy. This other person, I mean, they might have been confused. Or I think they actually had a lot of options, actually. Which could be from confusion, too. They may not have known what they wanted, you know, and wanted whatever they wanted at the time. They could have been overindulging, too. You know, a lot of people, sex, alcohol, drugs, whatever. But either way, they had a lot of options. They had a lot of things they were doing and invested in. Which is why you weren't really getting a lot of time, investment, or whatever. Well, that's at least one of the reasons. But they did realize something in the recent past for them, because they have the Ace of Swords. Let's see. I think they realized that they didn't want this to end. That they had clarity about it. Maybe they didn't want to lose you as an option. That they realized maybe that you were moving on. Yeah. They didn't want it to end. You have the Tower reversed, the Seven of Cups reversed, Death card reversed. They didn't want it to end. Leo, or Strength card, that's you. Six of Swords. You moving on, leading to the Five of Cups. I don't think they wanted you to go. So in their top position, their crowning in their thoughts, they have the Two of Wands. So they could have learned their lesson in the cycle with the World card. Maybe they're waiting for you, maybe. Some of you, because this is a general reading, some of you, it seems like they're already with somebody else significant. So that's what you're missing here. Like, you don't know that they're with somebody else. Or maybe you found out that they had a family, and that's why you put an end to it. But they're either with somebody else significant and have a family, or this made them decide to leave being with someone else significant, or they decided they wanted to be with you and create and bunker down with you, like create stability with you. It's going to be different. Like, you guys have to hit me up for a private reading if you want to know more specifically, because this is a lot of energies. So they may not be focusing on love right now. They could be focusing on themselves and their money and their finances as well right now, as well as you. They could be on the same journey. They could be focusing on, not on love, and on, you know, their own journey and growing themselves and growing their finances, which is actually a big thing that I'm feeling right now. They may not be focusing on love at all, even if they're with somebody. But like I said, some of you, they are with somebody and have a family. They don't want things with you to end. Some of you, they are going to leave their family or whoever they're with. but they have to gain stability first. Some of them just want stability with you, and some of them, you're in their thoughts. And I get this for a lot. I get this for most. You're in their thoughts, and you know, they really think about you, and they do want to be with you. They do want to create stability with you, but they're on their own journey too. And they're creating their own stability too. And that's maybe another thing that you're missing over here. Like, you may be waiting and pining and doing whatever, but are you doing what you're supposed to be doing? So that when it could line up, you guys actually do line up in a complementary way. Or are you just sitting and waiting? It's like, no, I'll just change things, you know, they'll learn. Are they the only ones who have to learn? Or do you have to learn too? Because something about the vibe I'm getting is telling me that, is telling me that they're actually on their learning process. They're actually on there doing their thing. They're doing their somewhat of a hustle. They may be isolating themselves in doing that. And you may be even taking it as something bad, which, you know, there might be things in the past that are creating that additional illusion. So it's hard to, you know, it's hard to get your mind right about it. Because when you're with somebody who they've done just kind of screwed up stuff, it's hard to see like what's real and what isn't. It's hard to see what you're doing versus what they're doing. And you guys, you clearly both, especially you, like, it seems like they're more working on stuff. They're in less of a codependent state than you are, actually, I feel. As the Leo, this could be flip-flopped. Because I'll share this with you, just to kind of give an explanation of what I'm trying to say. And all the people that I had dated, one of them was one who was good to me, like consistently good to me. And it wasn't until then that I really saw my side of things. Because when somebody else is doing things, it's really easy to see yourself in the victim mode. You know, it's really hard to like be in that, worrying about yourself, defensive, protective, doing what you want mode, because the other person is just always thinking about themselves. Kind of, that's the way it feels anyways. So when you're finally with somebody who they are considerate, they do care about your wants, feelings, and desires as well, and they don't give you drama to worry about, it's easy to then see your own blocks, your own selfish thoughts, your own blocks and hang-ups, but also things that you've developed along the way. There's no way of being in a certain type of situation and not developing certain patterns if that relationship has gone on for a long period of time. You're going to get into these little, you know, patterns, and it takes time to get out of them. It takes a building of trust and calmness and all of that to get out of that, and to get out of that mind screwiness. So I found myself at that time, wanting sometimes to create the drama or do certain things that I really had to ask myself a lot of times, like, do I really want this? Like, is this really what I want? Is this something that is feeding or fueling an emotional need that is going on inside of me? Because it gets to feeling like something is wrong or boring when nothing is going on, because you're so usually used to being preoccupied in this situation that when nothing is there that's keeping your wheels turning, then your wheels are just turning. And I realized I have a very active mind. I have to find healthy ways to create an outlet for that, and create healthier ways to get my mind going. If not, you are going to be highly susceptible to going back to this type of pattern, either with this person or with somebody else. This pattern. This is obsession. This is codependency. This is being, you know, this bond. Like, it's all romantic and everything to have like a spiritual tie and all that, but you don't want to have chains. Like, chains are out of fear and out of blocks and just out of things that do not feel good. And over time, it gets worse and worse and worse. And until you are able to pull yourself back and work through those blocks as they come up, you know, you're going to be stuck like that. And if you have any hopes of this person, if they come back, you're going to sabotage it. And if you work through these blocks and they don't come back, it doesn't matter. You're going to be fine. You'll actually kind of be happy. And then you'll attract somebody else who is the vibration that you want. But I get this vibe, like, you've got to start really being real with yourself. Don't just find your stuff for a minute and then, I don't know, like, I just get this self-illusion type of vibe. And actually, I kind of get the same possible similar vibe for the future for both of you. Like, yours is self-deception through nostalgia. And theirs is a 5 of Swords, so they could feel like they've won or they could feel defeated. But I get that they also have I don't know. They can either come in and mess with you and you feel this 6 of Cups vibe, but it ends up turning out it was deceptive and this is them playing games with you. Or this is just their own mental conflict, anxiety type thing. I think they're conflicted as well. I just think you're more in your emotions about it and they're more sort of in a rational mind about it. And they may be on their journey and that helps distract them, but there's still a little bit of like anxiety, you know, over what they want. You guys could have a communication about this and it could be a rough communication, but the other cards that came up were Knight of Pentacles, 3 of Wands, and then you have the King and Queen of Pentacles. 10 of Cups, 7 of Pentacles, King of Swords. Some of them literally, seriously, are trying to weigh out between you and someone else. Of where to invest their time and energy. Or maybe even if it's just to be single. And focus on themselves. This is going to go different. I would recommend hitting me up for a private reading to know more into it, or details. But some of them are focused on love right now. Some of them need to know between you and somebody else, whether you're the significant or someone else is. Some of them just like literally want to focus on themselves right now. But the soulmate is in kind of an anxious and guarded space or perspective. They also are focusing on their journey and what they really want and trying to gain a perspective. I do think for a lot of you, it is you. For the sake of time, I'm not going to hold all these cards up because I want to wrap it up soon and make this shorter. But I think for most of you, it is you. But the problem is, for one, they're on their journey. You need to give them a little bit of time. You have a lot of work to do as the Leo. And this could be flip-flopped, whatever. Apply it as necessary. But you, Leo, have a lot of work to do. There is a lot of things you are not seeing. You have a lot of illusions. Blocks, wounds, whatever it is that's causing it. I think you also have a certain level of a self-hurt or self-sabotage. And you really just need to take this time to work on yourself. Like above all this is the Empress and the Eight of Pentacles. And the soulmate also has the Eight of Pentacles, but like they have like the Hermit within stuff. They're working on stuff too. And you just need to let go of this situation and trust. You need to let it go. You need to heal. You need to go to like your higher mind. Again, you have the Temperance card. Like you need to create balance. And until you let go of this and just let what's going to come and flow and pop up and all of that, you're not going to see it. Like you're not going to know. And I feel like once you know and you figure all that out and your stuff starts to flow within you and you figure out your blocks and you work through these illusions, I feel like you get what you want. I feel like you get what you want. I mean, it is work. But it's not just the soulmate is what I'm trying to say. You have a lot of work to do. You actually have more work than he does. He, she, whatever. The soulmate is wrapping things up. They're doing most of their part of the journey. They still have self-reflect stuff going on. It's almost like they know and they are thinking about things. And then you as the Leo is like, you just created or is in some part of change, but like that's it. Like you're either like screw them, which I don't get, or you're like just waiting. No matter what you're telling yourself, like you're just waiting. You're overly focused. Find ways to change your focus. If you think about it, send love to the situation and switch your focus and get up and go do something else. Switch the energy of where you're doing it. Don't put it on this person. Go do it on the stuff you have to go do. Where you're focusing your energy is messing things up. So pay attention to that. Actually, you know what? Let's do this. I'm going to pull an energy card. One for you and one for them. And then we're going to end it and see where your energy is and where their energy is. And then we'll end this because this is kind of long. You've got hostilities and financial constraints. Show me where Leo's soulmate's energy. They have the 7th chakra, which means they're, I don't know, they might be like transforming and going through like their heart-centered space type stuff, like knowing what they're doing and where they want to send their stuff. And you're sitting over here in hostilities and financial constraints energies. You're not in a proper energy. This is not alignment. Like you're not, this is not alignment. One more card. I think that the soulmate might be having a hard time. This kind of feels a lot like a divine feminine, divine masculine type reading. These energies. Like, I think this divine masculine, your soulmate really feels like a divine masculine, but I could be wrong. But it's like they know what they want, but they're having a hard time. Yeah, indecision. Yeah. They're having a hard time coming out, being honest and coming out of their comfort zone and what they've known and built up. Of opening the gates and going into the new part of the world. But, you know, you're over here like you need to get your money right. And you've got some like battles within and all that. You've got resentments to let go. You're over here strategizing, and you don't even need to strategize. Just let the universe do the rest of that. Your soulmate also, you know, they're indecisive. They're having a hard time with this, and speaking their truth of what they know, and yeah, they know. Like you guys both know. This feels very much like a divine counterpart or whatever, and you both like have work to do. You have more stuff to heal, even though you know what you want and you're willing to speak it. You have more stuff to heal. They know what they want, and obviously they have more stuff to heal, but they've got things within themselves to break through, because it's like they know what they want, but they've built up this whole little life and community around themselves, this whole little way of being. And I think they're scared to walk and break out of that. And they're having a hard time deciding which way to go and how to express that. Or they're deceiving themselves what they really want, but I don't think they are. I think they know what they want. They're just having a hard time with it. And you're just stuck over here like, I've got to get my money right. I'm trying to strategize. Like, you have resentment and stuff to let go of. And you're just, like, focusing on them. Like, get going. Like, I feel like you're a divine feminine energy. So get creating. Get going. Tell me about Leo. Yeah, go within. Go within and do your alignment and everything. Like, do your healing. Tell me about soulmate over here. Yeah. And your soulmate, he's just trying to get himself together. And he's trying to, like, find peace and love all these changes that are going on around him and within him. He's just like, he knows what's going on, but at the same time, he, she, whatever, knows what's going on, but at the same time, he's like, the heck? What the heck? And you know what's going on, but you're letting it, it's like you knowing is making you stuck. And then him not knowing, but like knowing, but he doesn't know, is allowing him still to move forward. Like, do you see where this is? I hope you're getting it. I'm not going to explain any further. But listen to your dreams also. You guys are probably having a lot of dreams. There's a lot of Kundalini energy here going on. And let two become one. This probably very much is a divine feminine and divine masculine energy, maybe even like twin flame, because you've got like the Kundalini energy going on here, and then let two become one, and like there they are, the divine feminine and divine masculine. You've also got the sun and the moon, like the opposites, the light and the dark. That's why there's so much back and forth and confusion that I'm just like, I couldn't really pin down. It was just, and why it was so strong in the soul journey reading. Just stop worrying about all this. Let this go. Listen, the Leo, I have a feeling you're the divine feminine, okay? If you're not, flip-flop this stuff. But hop into your journey. Like, do your stuff. The feminines lead the way. Do your thing. Do not focus. Like, you know what to do. If you don't, hit me up. Look at my other videos. I don't know. But it's your job to focus on you and growing and walking your path and your journey and your mission and all of that stuff that you're doing. Create. Put your stuff together that you're supposed to be creating and doing. Whatever that is for you. But stop being in this energy. Like, it's like you knowing is making it to where you don't know. And then your counterpart is over here not knowing, but it's like they know. It's weird. You're making the energies flip-flop. I don't know. I don't know if what I'm saying is making sense. I hope so, but do your work. I hope this helps you. I love you guys. Love. Like, share, subscribe, comment, hit the bell. Especially like and comment. I'm sorry, like and subscribe. But for real, hit the bell. I put out different videos. Email me if you need anything about personal readings. Information in the description box below. Again, those of you interested, if you wanted a personal reading and you're around the Jacksonville, Florida area, or you want to see me or whatever, hit me up for that information to see about booking early. Slots fill up fast, all of that. I love you guys. This was a cool reading. I really like this reading. Definitely divine feminine and divine masculine. Probably twin flame, but at the very least, divine feminine, divine masculine. Really, really cool. I love you guys. Keep going. Do the work. Stop focusing so much on this. Let the universe handle that. Okay? You're holding it up, actually. So, all right. I love you guys. Bye. I think that's it. Yeah. All right. I'll see you soon. Bye.